Wow, the 400th pitch meeting and the future of the show. Now, this is Ryan George. He's done 400 of these pitch meetings. It's crazy.
Stay tuned after the episode for a special look behind the scenes.
So, you have a movie for me?
No, sir, I don't.
What?
We rolling? Okay, great. From the very start of pitch meeting back in 2017, I always
this is wonderful. The behind the scenes that all these fucking series are doing. This is already genius mode.
Knew that episode 400 would have the characters not have a movie and then kind of scream and explode. And when you're crafting such a complex narrative, it's very helpful to have that roadmap to, you know exactly where you're going. Knowing from the jump where this was headed, it allowed us to do things like sprinkle in elements of foreshadowing.
So, you have that new Wonder Woman script for me?
I'm going to explode in episode 400.
Great.
Yes, I did see some people on the internet figuring out where this was headed, but that's the thing about the internet, you know? People were...
Ah, shit. This is the genius. This is the genius of the man.
Work just as hard making theories as they do discrediting them. So no, I wasn't too scared about the big reveal being spoiled.
Listen. This is why I'm a huge fan of this man. He's a comedian for people that pay attention to details, man.
Despite those little Easter eggs that I sprinkled throughout.
And then a third eye pops out of Doctor Strange's forehead.
We're both going to explode in episode 400.
So what do you think?
I remember when Ryan told me that my character would explode in episode 400, and I thought, that makes a lot of sense. Pitch Meeting is a show that's full of metaphor and imagery, so what better way to climax than with explosion? Or as my character would say, climaxing with explosion is tight. The decision to cast somebody with such a thick French-Canadian accent was a difficult one, but as soon as I saw Jean-Guy's audition tape, I said, that's our guy.
Salut, moi c'est Jean-Guy Tremblay Desjardins, j'ai 18 ans puis je m'essaye pour le rôle de producteur Guy. Wow, c'est quoi ce texte-là, tabarnak?
He just had the...
I mean, when you do this type of thing, this type of humor, you are going to eventually limit yourself to an awesome, amazing niche of audience that you will absolutely love and adore, that understand the humor. And this is what he has cultivated. This is what Ryan George has cultivated.
This undeniable electricity. I said, I don't care how many extra hours we spend on set so we can learn his lines phonetically. Get me Jean-Guy Tremblay Desjardins. I don't understand why I got part, but it's good for me. Obviously, for Jean-Guy to fully immerse himself in this world we were trying to create, I made him watch every available episode of the original British version.
A spot of pitching. Right then, you've got a film for me, have ya?
I do indeed.
Genius.
Little bit of a faff, was it? Actually, piece of piss, that. Hardly lifted a finger.
Ouais. J'ai rien compris de ça. Honestly, what was most challenging about casting someone like Jean-Guy is who do you find to play off of that, just to match his wild energy? That's why from the very get-go, we made the decision to make a 3D model of Jean-Guy wearing glasses, which meant we can then have Jean-Guy also perform as screenwriter guy using motion capture. Capture technology. You know, people do ask, how can a show like Pitch Meeting have a budget of $3.3 million per episode? Well, stuff like that is a big reason why.
Why didn't you just have him like wear glasses and play the other character?
Oh, fuck. I think what sticks with me from Pitch Meeting is everyone making the show is like we become big family. Tu sais, dans le sens où j'aime pas vraiment ma famille puis on se parle pas. Where do we go from here? That's the big question. How do you top such an explosive episode? Well, people are just gonna have to stick around to find out. That's all I can say. Honestly, that's all I can say. Hello, this is Ryan George from the thing you're currently watching, but like for real now. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for watching all these years. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought I'd make 400 of these, and I've had some pretty wild dreams. One time, a snake was also a turtle. This show and your support have been life-changing for me, so truly, madly, deeply, thank you. Next, I want to talk about this channel a little bit moving forward. Making 400 weekly episodes has taken up a good chunk of every week of my life for the better part of a decade. To quote John Coffey from The Green Mile, I'm tired, boss. To quote Tom Hanks's character from The Green Mile, oh good, I can pee again, thanks for fixing my bladder infection. If I really think about it, that first quote is much more relevant to what I'm talking about today. So I have made the decision to stop grinding these out every single week and take a little bit of my life back. This isn't a shutdown, this is a slowdown. I would like to reconnect with the fun of
I'm just teasing. The man needs a break, man. I'm just teasing. I love pitch meetings so much that it's just a little bit hard for me to hear. But this is the way. This is the thing, man. Being somebody who's also on the internet, I get this guy. But like I come here to recharge. Like, I thank God that like I actually like want to do more of this. And if you get into a point of your life where you're just grinding like this and you're not feeling the creative juices and you're not having fun anymore, then he's going to take a little break so he doesn't lose the fun. And I respect a man for that. I respect him. I'll tell you what, I do feel like I want to boo and shame him just because of my own, what I want. I want more pitch meetings. But I get where he's coming from.
Making these again, and it's been a little while since I've felt that, to be honest. Today's episode was the most fun I've had making something on this channel in a long time, and I think that stepping away from the weekly churn of it is going to help me reconnect with that fun side. I kind of feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel to fill in those off weeks when there aren't new releases. My daughter's turning 1 in a couple of weeks, and I should really introduce myself. I'm also really excited to kind of take this extra time to explore other avenues, you know.
And when YouTube stops pushing my videos because I don't pump out content for them all the time and make money for them, then they'll suppress my channel and stop pushing out my videos altogether, which will make me actually lose more income and then say, why did I do that? And then I will eventually go back to the mode that I was, but I will also be unhappy in a shell of a man because YouTube is not actually helping me out, but rather blood-sucking me for content so that their platform stays popular and relevant. And that's the sad thing. That's the sad thing, man. And I gotta say this though, it takes a brave man to step away from the algorithm and face the nature, the love. And that's where you get the inspiration from and the creation from. And fuck the corpo algorithms, man. Do what you gotta do, I say. Do what you gotta do.